So I use video a lot in teaching. I find videos really effective because you can, for example, think about what content is best suited to video. You can address a common problem that students have very quickly, and you can explain the difficult concept more clearly, maybe by drawing on the screen or showing the students something that would otherwise take a long time to actually explain in email or in writing. So I think So what I want to show you is some examples of videos that we've created, and talk through why they're actually useful and how they can be used by students for learning. And so what you see here is our YouTube channel and all the different videos that we have. Let's go through a few of these examples. Over here we have a video which essentially is me talking through a particular question, for example, and as you can see I draw on the screen as I'm talking through the particular question. And I find the benefit of doing this is that the students understand your thought process. It's simple to capture and to actually do, and the students can exactly see what is required to get to the bottom of the question. Another example is this one. This is a screencast of a how to use Excel video. And what you see in this particular screencast is you see again, you see me drawing on the screen. And in other sections of the screencast, you'll see the explanation, for example, of tips and tricks on how to use a particular piece of software like Excel. These screencasts are really useful because the students can at once see what you're doing, how you're thinking, and if you have a webcam, they can also see your expression, how you're dealing with this, and also, I guess, that personal touch of that webcam image is quite important as well. Okay, and here's another quick example of a video where, again, we're showing students, for example, how to access their feedback. And so it's how to use a piece of software or how to use a system that the students need to use. And so what you see here is, again, basically you have the screen, you have a person talking through it, and this is a much more effective way of getting a concept across or getting an idea across than it is to maybe have text on a page. Okay, so I'm just going to talk through how I record screencasts as videos for explanations, for catch-up, or for other purposes. And so what you see here is my my traditional setup. What I have up here is just a really cheap webcam. The webcam's connected to my computer over here. I also have a USB microphone, which again is also connected to the computer. And the importance of having a USB microphone is that the audio pickup is much smoother, much clearer, which is quite important for your audience to understand and hear you. The webcam quality doesn't have to be significantly high, but the audio I find is quite important to get right. What I've also got down here, what I'm drawing with currently, is this Wacom tablet, and this allows me to draw on the screen like this, so little squiggles or whatever. It's much more natural than using the mouse, and you can move it around and draw whatever you need to as well. The other thing I've got going is this window over here, and this window here is an application called Camtasia, and Camtasia is a paid application. It's a few $100s, but it's quite a good investment if you want to make these things. It allows you to record and also to edit the video after you record it. And it's a fairly intuitive interface as well, so it's quite nice to use. The thing that I'm actually using to draw on the screen currently is this particular toolbar up here. So if you see this particular toolbar here, this is actually called an application called Ink2Go. This application allows you to pick various tools. For example, a highlighter pen, you can highlight parts of your screen, or you can even type. What I was using before was just the pen. You can change the color of the pen as well, so depending on what kind of statement you're trying to make or trying to draw graphs or something, you can change that as well. And obviously you can erase annotations that you make on the screen. And using the software as well, what you can do is you can create new pages based on off of your drawings. And so, for example, say I'm done with this particular image, I want to make a new image. I'll click over here. This will blank it and give me a new canvas essentially to draw on. And so maybe I'll talk about my drink bottle, or maybe I'll talk about the textbook here on this page or something else. If I want to flick backwards and forwards between the pages, I can. Just in Ink2Go, I just press these buttons to flick back and forwards between the pages. And so really that's the basics of the technology that I use. What you also notice in this setup is there's this bright kind of light over here. Some people use professional lighting setups. I just have a normal lamp which sits behind my monitor and provides us this general ambient lighting, and that seems to work quite okay for me. The Camtasia window looks a bit like this, and so over here you can see that we're currently recording. If we weren't recording, you'd be able to see some settings for which screen you want to do record, and which size you want to record as well, and if you want to do a webcam or not, or if you want to do audio from which source, and these kind of things. Okay, so in order to actually prepare the presentation that you're going to be showing, I do this traditionally in PowerPoint, and so you can see how here my PowerPoint is a widescreen format because my monitor is widescreen. That's what's going to that's what it's going to record. And I prepared, for example, 2 different slides here in preparation for actually running my my recording. Because on one slide, for example, I may want to talk about this graph, and on the other slide, I may want to just have blank space for me to draw particular things on. And so what I would do is, in this instance, is I would get my Camtasia ready. I would get my Ink2Go ready as well, and then I would essentially run the presentation. And you can see here that as I run my presentation, I can see this whole field. This is what's being recorded currently, and so what I can do is go in through Ink2Go and draw particular things, note out particular aspects of this graph or something, and do a few calculations. So because this is PowerPoint, I can flip between different slides, and so for example, if I want to go to the next slide, I can do that as well, and then I can start drawing new particular things onto this new slide over here. So the reason I really like using video to get ideas across is because you can help multiple students, hundreds of students at once. Students can pause and rewind and go back and revisit your video at any time they want, and you can show very intricate techniques just by showing a few things on the screen. You can show your own thought process. So for example, if you're doing a calculation on the screen or an explanation, you can literally record what's going through in your mind, well, if you say it out loud. And this is very useful for students to see how you think through a problem yourself as well. And having this webcam going is very useful because the students have this kind of personal connection to the person who's talking, and I find that tends to increase engagement, increase motivation as well.